All right, what's up, guys? Michaela and I are back today, and on our chit chat this morning, we're going to be talking about the launch of TikTok Jumps and its brand new feature. So, Michaela, I don't know about you, but I'm actually pretty excited about this feature. I think it's a big move for TikTok, and it makes a tremendous amount of sense. Have you used it yet?
I haven't used it yet, but I'm
Me
also very
neither.
excited about it.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think one of the things that we had chatted about a little bit yesterday was uh, how the sort of evolution of these jumps or minis or whatever you want to call them have come into play, right? If you look back a few years,
Yeah.
you saw WeChat had a tremendous amount of success with these mini style apps. I think in 2019, they generated over $250 billion just within these apps. So we already know that it's big money, right? That's been predominantly in
Right.
China. Um, and it really WeChat really never made it to the US, right? I mean, have you ever even you're younger, so have you ever even heard of WeChat?
I've heard of it only from internal conversations, but in my
But you're not
personal
a
life,
user, right?
no.
Yeah. No,
No.
same. Same. We actually looked at it a few years ago to see if we could kind of like make it work for US clients and it just didn't make a ton of sense. But
Yeah.
it's interesting because you also have last year you have Snapchat introducing minis, right? And that was
Yeah.
they did some stuff with brands like Headspace where you could stay in conversation with friends but bring in some meditation. And they did some very cool things there, but we really haven't seen too much on that front from Snapchat since. So
No.
lo and behold, here it comes in TikTok. Introducing this feature. So, really quick, what it is it basically creates these almost like mini apps within the app. So, if you post a picture of, a really great recipe for pie, right? You could actually link in with the partner that they're using right now. I believe it's called Whisk, and you could have the
Mhm.
recipe kind of come all up there. So, it basically makes it so you never have to leave TikTok, which is
It
genius,
does.
right? From the business side of things, I say it's genius because everybody wants to have the time spent on app increase. You never want people to leave your app. You always, you want people to stay there. And so, for as many, in many ways as you can possibly do this, it's just going to continue to grow and bolster the business, which TikTok doesn't need a ton of help with. But Michaela, you had an interesting, you had an interesting point about the creator side of things as well.
Yeah. I think we've been having a lot of conversation within the agency, but also just in the marketing and advertising world about the creator economy. And I think the introduction of jumps on TikTok is really just another way for them to encourage their creators to come back and keep creating content on their platform.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a really smart point too, right? Because as you look at all the different social platforms sort of in this war on creators and who's going to
Hmm.
put the most money to creators for doing this, who's going to give them the best tools, all of these things ultimately matter and TikTok continues to level up in every single
Yeah,
aspect, right? And I think it's going to be
right.
when I look at the way that Instagram is laid out, to me, it's a little bit harder for them to offer something like this. They've certainly tried, and they're doing a lot more for affiliate links. Instagram
Hmm.
Stories has their great swipe ups. YouTube is still king or queen, I guess. I don't know if YouTube is male or female on sending traffics and DTC brands are doing a ton there, right? Um,
Yeah,
but YouTube is more of the entertainment style, right? Instagram's more of the social platform, and then TikTok I don't know where they ultimately will net out, right? I mean, what do you think?
right.
Entertainment or social media platform?
I would say entertainment if
Yeah.
I had to choose one. But yeah, again, I think it falls somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I think you're right. But I do think eventually it goes more towards entertainment, which actually, if you think about sort of the evolution of the social, I'll call them social platforms because we're sort of arguing now about whether or not they're social, right? But,
Right.
Pinterest is the same way. They really are not a social platform at all. Even Snapchat has been fighting tooth and nail not to be a social media platform.
Hmm.
They're really, more about individual connecting to individual, more of a, I guess, text message style platform, kind of like WhatsApp.
Yeah.
But TikTok comes in and is like, I'm going to be both, and now I'm maybe just going to be entertainment. So I think it's cool. I think this is a super smart approach for them, and I'm excited to see how they roll this out. And then I'm
Yeah.
also just personally excited to check it out.
Me too. I'm really excited to see what the next the next integrations they do are because I think the first ones that they did the beta test with were awesome and I think there's a lot of room for more to be a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool.